Hey everyone, it is Fitz with this week's edition of On the Line, my Saturday version of the daily delivery in which I go through the Big 12 games and give you my picks. Not win or lose picks, against the latest line in Las Vegas. And I do this on Thursday nights. Typically, I did this one on Friday since Kansas State doesn't have a game. Now, there are 4 teams without a game, including the team I cover, the Wildcats, this weekend. So we only have 3 games from which to pick. And I got to tell you something here, folks. These are not an easy 3 games for me. These 3 games are very challenging for me to pick, and I'm going to really struggle. I won't be surprised if I over this week, but at least I have a little bit of room with which to work. Because last week, once again, I had another solid week. I went 3-1-1. That push was Texas winning by 5 over TCU, so that gave me my first tie, so to speak, of the season. But I'm now 7-2-1. Thank you, K-State, Malik Knowles, for that late kickoff return to get me the cover there. But keep in mind that useless field goal by the Sooners also flipped the cover. So it was a little tit for tat there in the last final minute or 2 of the game. Kansas State got the cover. I went 7-2-1. And as I mentioned, these 3 games, as I go into this weekend, are all tough for me. As I mentioned, TCU was the push. TCU ended up only losing by 5. That's the line I picked at the time I was picking. This week, TCU goes to Texas Tech, and they're a 2-point favorite on the road at Tech. Now, there was one pick, if you recall, that I was rock solid on last week. There was one game I missed. That's the same game. Tech winning at West Virginia. I never saw it coming. I thought West Virginia would cover the 7 at home easily. Ended up losing. So Tech's a little confusing. They haven't played a very hard schedule so far, but they found a way to win on the road against the Mountaineers, that I think is a pretty good team. And now they've got TCU coming in. What do I do with this game? I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to chicken out here and just take Tech to cover, to win outright, or they could lose by 1 according to this line. But I'm taking Tech on this one. And again, I'm not feeling great about it. West Virginia, that I had so much faith in, goes to Baylor this weekend. A Baylor team that I think is pretty good. I think they are, and I think they will protect their home field. Baylor's a 2.5-point favorite. Will they win by 3 or more at home? I say go Bears. They will get that cover of that. And finally, the biggie in the conference and kind of around the nation, now that they're SEC schools, people seem more interested in it. I don't know. But Oklahoma faces Texas. Now, I don't believe either one of these teams is that great. I don't think they're Final Four great. I saw Oklahoma last week in Manhattan. K-State played a far from perfect game and still hung in it into 1 score at the end. Oklahoma is a 3.5-point favorite as I make the picks here. It was as high as 5.5 when it opened up. It's coming down a little bit as people really start to believe in the Sooners, or believe in the Longhorns. I don't think either one of these teams is outrageously good, but I think they're 2 of the 3 best teams in the conference. And I think Oklahoma, with the more experience in big games and more recent success, will find a way to not only win, but get the cover. So I picked 2 home teams. I think Oklahoma might even be classified the home team down there in Arlington, but so be it. Those are my picks for this week. Make sure you're following our YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed to GoPowercat.com, and make sure you come back every day so you can check out my daily deliveries. Well, they're not every day. I take some days off. We all get to do that, right? Right? Okay. We'll see you tomorrow with another daily delivery.